Have you ever found out about a fantastic party only to realize you weren't on the guest list? It doesn't feel great. But imagine getting a glowing golden envelope in the mail. It is an invitation to a celebration meant for everyone in the world. Our story starts in a bustling, colorful city called Antioch. Two friends, Paul and Barnabas, are gathered with their community, spending time praying and fasting together. While they are gathered, they experience the Holy Spirit, a warm, guiding presence from God, giving them a specific and urgent set of instructions. God's good news is a lot like this golden envelope. It holds a message of hope and rescue, and the Spirit tasks Paul and Barnabas with delivering this open invitation to the rest of the world. The two men pack their bags, say their goodbyes to their friends in Antioch, and board a ship to begin a massive road trip. This message was too big to stay locked in one city. Paul and Barnabas were setting out to see just how far it could go. Their first major stop takes them far from home, across the water to the island of Cyprus. There, they meet the local governor. He is a sensible man who hears about these travelers and asks them to open their golden envelope and share the message. But every road trip hits a bump. A local trickster named Elymas steps in. He acts like a schoolyard bully, throwing up roadblocks and trying to talk the governor out of listening to Paul and Barnabas. Paul does not back down. Empowered by the Holy Spirit, he looks right at Elymas and puts the bully in a strict, undeniable timeout. Immediately, a sudden, heavy mist drops over Elymas. He loses his sight completely and has to stumble around in the dark, begging for someone to hold his hand and lead him away. The governor watched this happen and believed. Even with Elymas trying to block the way, the message found its way to someone who wanted to listen. Paul and Barnabas sail back to the mainland and travel deep inland to another city, also called Antioch. On Saturday, the day of rest, they head into the local gathering place, the synagogue. When the leaders of the gathering ask if the visitors have words to share, Paul stands up, gestures to the crowd, and begins talking about the ancestors they all share. This timeline illustrates the story Paul tells. He walks them through hundreds of years of history, from the rescue out of Egypt, through the wilderness, to the era of kings like David. From their family line, God promised to send the long-awaited rescuer, Jesus. The people in the room are thrilled. As the meeting ends, they crowd around Paul and Barnabas, asking them to come back the very next week to tell them more. By connecting a fresh message to the history the crowd already knew, Paul makes it easy for them to listen and learn. Word travels fast. By the next Saturday, almost the entire city has packed together in one place to hear Paul speak. But the original local leaders look out and see this massive crowd of unfamiliar faces. Seeing the outsiders take up so much space, their attitude sours. They are overcome with jealousy. For a long time, they believed that God's favor was a club built only for them, and they do not want to share it. So they attack. They start aggressively arguing with Paul, shouting over his words, and doing everything they can to shut the gathering down. Paul and Barnabas do not pack up and run. They stand their ground and face the shouting leaders with bold smiles. When people feel their special status is slipping away, they often use anger to try and slam the doors shut on anyone new. This leads to Paul's response. He tells the leaders that since they are rejecting the invitation, he is officially handing it to the Gentiles, which means everyone else outside their specific group. This map shows what happens next. The message is no longer contained to one room. It breaks out, multiplying instantly across the entire region. The regular people erupt into celebration. They are overjoyed to realize that they are finally included in God's plan. The religious leaders get in one final punch. They stir up enough trouble in the city government to have Paul and Barnabas officially kicked out of the region entirely. But as they leave, the two travelers simply tap their sandals against the rocks to shake off the dust. It is a cheerful way of leaving the negativity behind and moving straight forward. They leave filled with joy, showing that God's love isn't a secret, walled-off club. It is an invitation that keeps spreading, person by person, to anyone in the world.